We do apologize for this. We didn't intend to. We do apologize. We don't want to happen. The thing just decided to just cut off. I did not cut the program at all. Did not cut the program at all. I was trying to get the link up to Robert Quincy Smith. And for some unknown reason, this decided to cut off by itself. We do apologize. Just share up the live feed for us because we're back on. We're going to have Senator Lambert Brown to come on. We're going to have Sir Robert Quincy Smith coming on now. Let me get this over to Mr. Robert Quincy Smith. I don't know what happened. The thing just decided to just cut off a while ago. I do apologize about this. I do apologize. Welcome back to the program, those who are just joining us. We're standing by to join Sir Robert Bobby Quincy Smith to come on to the program to speak to us. And we're going to have Senator Lambert Brown. Stand by for that, please. Let me get this over here. Just a moment here, please. Share up the live feed. Share up the live feed, everybody. Share up the live feed for me, please. We do apologize about this. We're going to have Sir Robert Bobby Quincy Smith to come onto the program now. Hopefully he can. I don't know what happened. The thing just cut out a while ago. I do apologize about this. Welcome back to the program, everybody. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It wasn't. I didn't do this intentionally. I don't know. Some accident happened a while ago. We do apologize about this. Welcome back to the program, everyone. Sir Robbie. Welcome.
My lord.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I am.
Yes, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I had problems connecting earlier.
Yeah, I think I gave it the wrong link, and then I end up cutting the live feed over 2,000 people. I cut the live feed. I didn't. Oh God, sorry about that. Anyway, talk to Mr. Smith. In all your life in our country, Jamaica, you ever seen so much voting in Jamaica? Have you ever seen so much corruption of vote buying in the country, sir?
I was asking someone if it's still illegal.
It is illegal.
Well, nobody seems to know that because they're not only doing it, they're doing it openly. Did you see the film or the still with a beryllium truck parked up against a JLP office?
Yes, in St. Thomas.
So now, what kind of cash do you have that requires a beryllium truck to park on your premises?
Very good question.
And what are you paying for on election day?
Very good question, my friend.
And the next thing is some of the figures I'm hearing are fascinating because one question comes to my mind.
Yes.
Source of funds.
Where the source of funds is coming from?
Exactly.
But Sir Smith,
it
is quite obvious where all of this is going, you know. But my thing is this now. Jamaica is 63 years old, or 62 years, 63 years old. And this has been going on for a long while, but this is more blatant.
Well, they would say a country of 63 years old is fairly young. But what has happened now is it seems that at 63 we are going senile.
Is that so?
Yes. Because the amount of things people swallow, even if it chokes them, they swallow it.
Wow.
You have a young population that don't know whether they're coming or going.
Yes.
And treat politics like it's a football match. I support Manchester City, you support Manchester United. And we just fight back and forth as to who is going to be the better man on the day. that amount of importance as to being a national issue does not appeal to us.
Hmm.
And whether or not your team has bought a, a player illegally
Yes.
doesn't matter as long as him can get on the field.
So in other words, Sir Smith, one party will do anything to get into power, if it's to buy the votes from the Jamaican people.
Exactly. So
But
now if
but
you're
is it,
spending that amount of money, what are you buying?
so is it that the Jamaican people, Sir Smith, are so, they just do not know what to do, so let's go out and just sell their votes?
Well, look at the comparisons recently. And I don't want to come across as being overly um, political. I'm just asking from a common sense point of view.
Yes.
One political organization says that they're performing or on the basis of their achievements.
Uh-huh.
If you take that beyond surface level, you will discover that the majority of what they call achievements was based on the foundations built by the other party.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like having a standalone idea and it came to fruition.
Yes.
But and the Prime Minister stood up in Parliament and proudly boasted to being guilty of larceny of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't hide it. Said, it's not
Mm-hmm.
my idea, but thief it.
Mm-hmm.
So now, you don't know the makeup of where the idea came from, but you run with it. So you may not be able to do the idea justice. So now let's do a quick comparison without going into details. You completed a number of projects started on the Portia Simpson pillar. Some of them aren't really completed, but you ran with it.
Yes.
And the other organization says we are offering tuition at a university level if you are the first one in your family
Mm-hmm.
to qualify for matriculation. Free, first
Yes.
in fact. There's nothing there in the government or the past government's ideas that matches that or even seems to consider it. When you go back and look, the Labour Party has put very little emphasis on education. So much
Mm-hmm.
so that you can't find a school they have built in their tenure.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you where their levels of importance are placed. Next thing they say is the PNP says I have a plan to put a roof over your head in
Yes.
an affordable manner because now this is my personal feeling. I'm not asking anybody to see it any other way.
Right.
I believe that history has always said it's the landlord against the landless.
Mm.
And the Labour Party has done very little to break that norm. The PNP, on the other hand, seems intent on breaking that mold.
Yes.
So you have, remember, there was a time in Jamaica when you couldn't vote if you didn't have land.
True.
It may soon go back there, you're not sure.
Hmm.
But what is happening is that you usually have to wait until you are decrepit and senile before you get an opportunity to put your name on a land title.
Yes.
That mold was broken by the PNP's proposal.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're saying is that the results of the election says that the nation said, I don't want that.
Hmm.
I prefer stay away from the polling station and pick up $100,000 now. And I've heard youngsters openly say in my hearing, boss
Yeah.
man, me have put for whoever pay me the most.
But, Sir Smith,
Mhm.
when you hear young people saying those things, Robert Finley Smith,
Mhm.
what goes through your mind? That this country has gone and have no return of returning.
What comes through my mind is one, a sense of relief that I've passed the age where it should matter to me much because I'm in the departure lounge. But what frightens me that I've raised 6 children to the age of maturity, and God willing, they will have learned enough to survive, if not here, elsewhere.
Mhm.
But what frightens me now is I have 2 grandchildren. I taught all my 6 children to be honest, open, upright, dignified, have principle.
Yes.
And I'm now beginning to feel that I did them a disservice. I should have taught them how to cheat, thief, and lie. That
But
would
you're
have
not.
served them well in the country we're living in.
But Sir Smith, you're not that type of person. So there's no way you could do something like that, sir.
No, but
Jamaica.
I,
Uh-huh.
but I'm
Go ahead.
now questioning myself. I should have seen the writing on the wall.
Mm.
Do you realize that everything you currently take for granted in this country, every institution, everything that is physically serving the country, was built by the People's National Party above and beyond the objections of the Labour Party?
Yes.
And I can't be the only one with the repository of that kind of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Without, there's a gentleman on a platform that you and I have been on from time to time
Yes.
that is former JCF and supposedly in charge of the security of one of our institutions, mobile institutions.
Mm-hmm.
And he's rabidly a supporter of the government.
Whoa.
Not only rabidly so, he is, how can I put the term gently? He is insidious
Mm-hmm.
and crude and crass and is proud of it
Mm-hmm.
and has losses at the institution that he's supposed to be in charge of securing that should make him hang his head in shame and ask which way to the exit door.
Hmm.
So the my wonder is his support based on his being given a passing grade for an exam that he didn't turn up to take?
Yes.
Yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
There was a time in this country when the PNP was seen as an intellectual party,
Mm-hmm.
resulting in Bustamante saying education can yam.
Hmm.
And people followed him down that road, and no one of them have turned back. The interesting thing to me is They are strong supporters of the Labour Party in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Who got their professions based on their being able to participate in Michael Manley's free education. Ironic, is it not?
Yes, and one of them sitting in the parliament of the country too.
Yes. And
But
you
but
have.
Finley Smith, but Finley Smith,
Mhm.
I want you to go to something here now that I got on my phone here from a very dear friend of mine. Very dear friend of mine. And I think you're aware of it because, voter turnout island-wide was 39%.
Yes.
Voter turnout in the Prime Minister's constituency was 93%. How can that be possible, Quincy Smith?
Well, I think I've seen that document, and you are leaving out some important parts of that document.
Spoiled ballot nationwide, 5%. Spoiled ballot in the Prime Minister's constituency, 60%.
Okay.
This is not possible, Quincy Smith.
If you have 60% of your ballots cast spoiled, that's almost nullifying the election.
Of course.
Go further. If it is not that one, there's another one that breaks it down for the last 18 boxes.
No, I don't have that one with me.
That one makes fascinating reading.
Oh, Lord.
You know those boxes that were being counted when there was a telecommunications blackout?
And I want to touch on that to Robert Finley Smith. Smith. Is
Mhm.
it that, sir? Not accusing anybody of anything. But how ironic that during the local government election, the same two telephone provider in Jamaica, their system went down.
Yes.
In the general election of 2025, September 3rd, both Digismell and Slime, their system went down. Something is wrong somewhere, Sir Smith.
First thing you have to know is the correlation that majority of data in this country comes through line.
Yes.
Even if you access it through Digicel.
You have to go back through line.
Yeah. Now, I'm told until I see the absolute proof in front of me, I can only say I am told.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the reason why hearsay is not admissible in court. In Ecuador, there was an issue politically,
Mm-hmm.
and they had similar problems in their
Yes.
voting. Do you know who was present and accounted for during that exercise?
The president of Ecuador?
The same company that's currently on our shores.
Oh, you mean the Israeli spyware?
Yes, sir.
Oh. But Sir Smith, in all of this that is going on now, sir, where Jamaicans are crying out that this election was not fair, Cafe, one of Jamaica's local observers said that 12% of Jamaicans on the close of election day, the close of polls on election day on September 3rd, 2025 at 5 p.m., 12% of Jamaicans wasn't allowed to vote. They were told to come out of the line.
Which is illegal.
So my question tonight, Sir Smith, Glassball Brown need to come and answer to the Jamaican people.
No, but here's the other thing. Why would you give somebody like that gentleman national honors prior to his presiding over the election?
So what? He got order of old donkey.
I don't know what they got, what they call it, but I'm not going to degenerate the national honors by although maybe that's already done so by itself. But what
Sir
I'm saying,
Smith, hold on here for me. I am not disrespecting the national honors, but the national honors are supposed to be given to honorable people in this country.
But these days it appears to
The
be
national
handed
honors
out like
argument to some people not honorable, sir.
but these days it appears to be being handed out like candy to babies to make them behave. Now, even if it's a perception, and perception is a hell of a thing, that my bestowing upon you this honor might make you grateful enough to become pliable.
Yes.
May not be so, but it is a dangerous perception. You have done a dishonor rather than an honor to the gentleman in question because you have placed him in line to be suspected.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
And when you're told about the irregularities that seem to have crept across our processes island wide, you know the thing they say, things that make you go, hmm. A head of a country has the power to lock down a polling station because him don't like being told him can't go in there.
This
That is
this is a
illegal.
form of dictatorial behavior, sir.
Yes, but that before I even get there, that's illegal.
It is
It's
illegal.
against established election protocol and law. And we do know that the head of the country has previously done things that would give you the impression that he believes himself to be above the law.
We're in some serious times in this country, Mr. Smith.
Well, his spouse, although I'm not sure if that is still the case, his spouse performed certain actions.
At the polling station too,
Yeah,
where she instruct the police officers to barricade apart. That's
yeah.
that.
She has no such power.
And the police, they must tell her, ma'am, you have no such power, so I can't do it. But
Because they
because
want to, but they
she
wanted the superintendent one day.
go ahead and hear you.
So they wish to be superintendent one day.
Oh,
So you don't make enemies out of powerful people, however mystical that thought process is.
but tell me something else, Mr. Smith, because I'm gonna have Lambert Brown, former Senator Lambert Brown, to come on at 8 o'clock Jamaica time, 9 o'clock our time. Tell me
Mhm,
something. In all of this is going on in the country, sir.
mhm.
What can be done? Can the election be called over?
I would have to do my research as to the possibilities if malfeasance is proven. But I'm told that certain things are going to court.
Mm.
If I were the gentleman who used to be prime minister, I would have concerns
Yes.
because there is no record of him being successful against the current opposition in court.
Hmm.
And a lot of things can come tumbling down.
Mm. So like how Mr. Buchanan, Paul Buchanan is taking the ruling, yes, the result of the electoral office of Jamaica, election office of Jamaica, that the
Mhm,
prime minister won so much seats. He's taking that
mhm.
to court. When is it, go ahead.
No, I'm telling you that I'm awaiting with bated breath the result of that
Why is it that no?
because, as I said before, the incumbent has not had very good luck with judges, may have been able to influence prosecutors, but no such luck with judges.
Mm.
Because all right, let me show you the situation. You have the spirit of the law and you have the letter of the law.
Yes.
Elections are governed under the Constitution, which is the letter of the law.
Yes.
What's the difference? The letter of the law is not open to interpretation.
But the Constitution is.
The spirit of the law is open to interpretation,
Right.
but Constitution is rigged and rigid within the letter of the law. You can't just interpret constitutional law as you feel fit, or it wouldn't be effective as constitutional law. So I
Mhm.
don't like how that law affects me. I can interpret it how it suits me. Liars figure, but figures very seldom lie, if at
Right.
all. There are, all right, let me give you Central Kingston.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you find two extra bucks.
Uh,
And there is a independent candidate that got 44 votes, which the incumbent is claiming should belong to him.
oh Lord.
But the count has so far indicated that he already received the 44 votes he's claiming.
Mhm.
So you can't double dip.
Mhm.
Let me give you some more figures. The pink slip originally issued after the initial count at the polling station and thing
Mhm.
put Mr. Superintendent McGregor 200 votes ahead.
Oh.
Then you hear he's only 12 votes ahead. Then you hear him lose by 75 or something in that region.
Yes.
Will the real figure please stand up?
Mm-mm.
Am I making any sense to you?
Yes. 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 You are.
When you judge a man in court, he is to be convicted beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
I would say there's more than reasonable doubt here and elsewhere.
Hmm. Is it? It's. You know, when you sit and you look to what is, you listen, I know this is going on in Jamaica. This vote buying thing has been going on for many years in this country. But I've
Yes.
never in my entire life seen it so blatant and upfront and all over your face, up in your face. I've never seen it.
Let me give you an analogy.
Yes, sir.
You buy a pit bull puppy
Mm-hmm.
and you feed it and you grow it up and you put a collar on it and you
Mm-hmm.
walk around with a leash. This pit bull puppy keeps growing.
Yes.
One day it grow bigger than the collar.
Mm.
How do you intend to control it?
Mm-hmm.
You see where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody petting this puppy, nice dog. All of a sudden realize that the teeth them sharp and it getting bigger.
Say in other words.
So it comes
That's,
down to
yes.
not what your policies are, not what your good intentions, although the road to hell is paved with them are. It comes down to who can afford to win by virtue of a deeper pocket. So
Mm.
elections don't matter if you can buy it. Now let's go back to the other side of the unfortunate dilemma. People don't care about what's good for their children.
Right.
People to see what them can get now.
Mm-hmm.
So I grab what I can get now. And next week, I call Jeffrey on the phone and say, I know you have a good listenership. School has opened. What you can send for me?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have any shame in begging for it. Although they turned back plans and policies that would have removed that concern from them. Then they did it in plain sight. For years, when they removed civics from the curriculum in schools,
Yes.
the current person that's supposed to be the head of the country had gotten up and boldly said that it was going to write job descriptions for ministers.
No, no.
If you had civics in school, you wouldn't have to. If you read a good civics book, the job descriptions are spelled out. Forgive me for alarming you, but let me carry you back around the corner now.
Yes.
The electoral office of Jamaica is controlled by who?
No, Gospel Brown?
No.
The Prime Minister?
It's in the Prime Minister's purvey.
Yes.
So you playing a match of importance for a championship, and the owner of
Yeah.
one of the teams decide who the ref will be.
So, in other words, so Smith, the election has been called even before the election call.
There you go. I've been in places, police station, where young constables coming off of training
Yes.
make a call based on their training, very recent training. And a sergeant puts his hand around the constable's shoulder and says, Master,
Ho-
come here,
Hold on for
come
me,
here.
Mr. Smith. Hold on for me. But I educate an idiot who's on this platform and him Sana Sina, they want to call him. Why don't you ask the Labour Party to release the FinSac report, you nincompoop? They're the
Oh,
one who has the FinSac. Hold on for me, Mr. Smith. They're the one who have the FinSac report and don't want to release it. So
after
go
having
and
paid
ask,
millions
go and
for it.
ask, go and ask idiot Marlon Morgan and your so-called Prime Minister to release the FinSac report.
Yeah.
You have no form of cabeza.
But I have an inkling as to what is in it. And I have a great understanding as to why they have a reticence in not releasing it.
Hmm.
You remember the shock and awe when Mr. Golin produced his birth certificate?
Oh yes, and now they're saying
And the
no,
immediate twitch
so
that
don't
said,
say
"Be
yes.
born where don't make you Jamaican."
Ah,
So I am waiting to see what happens when the FinSac report hits the streets in full view and people look at it and say, hold on.
hmm.
But none of what you said is here. As a matter of fact, what is here, I would like to see how they're going to explain that.
Hmm.
I can break it down to you without, I'm not a forensic auditor, but
Yeah.
I can tell you with simple terms. Because Jamaicans have a bad habit. We look for complex solutions to simple problems. So if you'll allow me, let me help you.
Go ahead, sir.
Some bankers facilitated some uptown businessmen, your Fumfuvas and Fumfuvis,
Yes.
to access funds on a loan agreement that couldn't hold water, almost a gentleman's type agreement.
Mm-hmm.
You had people who were seeking tuntun by giving young ladies apartments.
Mm-hmm.
All of this accumulated into bad debt. Still
Mm-hmm.
with me?
Yes.
Then there were people who started sopping up all of the foreign exchange.
Buying the car back on all those places.
Then now, one very famous one borrowed a vast amount of it to fund a project.
The
Large project.
furniture and garden.
Ah, and the enchanted garden seemed to have mystified on certain people, and they forgot that it existed.
And all of a sudden, termite it out in brain.
So all of a sudden now, the Bank of Jamaica is scrambling to keep the, what you would call it, the balance. You're walking on a tightrope.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. And very shortly, it became very obvious that the banking system was walking on a tight wire without a net. There was a decision that had to be made.
Yes,
Do we allow normally, because when you have money in the bank, you know, all the money them lending people is your money.
exactly.
When what they're supposed to do is charge the person that them lending money interest and apply it to their operations and give you something so your money seems to be working for you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What went wrong now is that the depositors, the normal depositor, the man who plant yam, the man who managed to get a little money and push it to the bank,
Mm-hmm.
and take man who have stuff and fixed deposit, home owners who trying to, you know, improve the house, this kind of thing.
Right.
His account was at risk.
Oh.
There was a choice between normal everyday depositors, which made up 90% of the banking institution's customers, or the greedy uptown businessmen who just saw free money and took it.
Hmm. So Smith, I wanted to wrap up that in 2 more minutes because I want to go back to this vote buying thing.
Yes.
Go ahead.
But what I'm pointing out to you is
Yes.
that the FinSAC regime was meant to ensure that 90% of Jamaica's depositors didn't lose their money.
Mm-hmm.
Also, remember, we come from a nation where when cash plus and Olint was going on, there were people who owned their houses outright. Not big people and things like that, medium, what was left of the middle class, who
Mm-hmm.
sold their houses and deposited the money in Olint and cash plus.
Hmm.
Seduced into doing this by my father used to tell me if it looked too good to be true, it is too good to be true. The people who got bitten by Cash Plus and Olin are normal everyday people who followed the greedy trend.
Mm-hmm.
People who got out of it were the people who had inside trader knowledge and bubble away before the house come down. Some of them have come to recent attention.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Meanwhile, one of Jamaica's well-known um person who can get money out of Ponzi scheme before anybody else took out his money.
exactly. Now in the States, they would be accused of insider trading.
Yes.
Them don't take it as coincidental that you knew this thing was going to crash. So let me, my problem is, let me say a little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Uh-huh.
How can you then explain Carlos Hill, who was convicted in the United States on financial fraud,
Fraud.
so
Yes.
was given a shorter sentence and given money and sent home?
But was never charged here in Jamaica.
You know, why would the United States send this man who was convicted of fraud back home with enough money to create havoc?
Smith, I want you to wrap up for us because I have not called Senator Brown to come on.
Yeah, man, not a problem.
I don't want to go in his time. So
My
I
thing
want
is,
to talk about this vote buying thing and so forth.
my thing is very simple. You must be careful what you wish for. You might certainly get it.
Yes.
I don't know if it was me just seeing it or whatever, but the Labour Party didn't seem to be overjoyed to have won. Did you notice that? No, and all no, there's no big celebrations.
There you go. None whatsoever.
They somehow, in my estimation, may have wished to have lost it and left the debacle that they have created in the lap of the PNP so they could say, see, we tell you them couldn't handle it. Now they're sitting down trying to figure out how they are going to explain to the Jamaican people, no money, no dead.
Yet they want to give a $32,000 minimum wage.
Well, you must remember the Jamaican people, you know. I'm betting you that before this week is over, they'll be picking out their hand, wanting to know where the $32,000 there.
True.
A call coming in, so it's on time.
All right, sister. Thanks for coming on.
Listening.
Okay, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man.
There you go. So Robert Smith coming on the program here. We're going to see if we can get a hold of Senator Lambert Brown now. Let me figure out something here. Did I hang up to Smith? One moment here. What's going on here? Hold on there for me. Hold on there for me, please. I'm trying to hang up from Sir Smith, but it's not hanging up.
I'm about to hang it up. I'm trying to.
One moment, please. I don't know what's going on here. We're trying to hang up from Robert Smith. Robert Bobby Finney Smith here to get. Just a moment. Let's take a quick commercial break and sort out this little glitch here and come back on. Don't go anywhere, please.
Within our first 100 days of government, we will start the legislative process to fix the date for general elections in Jamaica. So no government will be able to come and make false promises and hide the truth and tell you half-truths and trick you into voting for them, and then when them win, them throw on poison for you.
100 days to fix election date, still await for the promise to fulfill. One broken promise after another. Laughable, as we say. None of your promise not fulfill yet, boss. So they are waiting.
Within the first 100 days of our government, we will start the legislative process to institute impeachment proceedings in Parliament. This will add another layer of protection of the parliament to ensure that only members of unquestioned integrity sit in the parliament. All ministers under the new Jamaica Labour Party government will be given a job letter. That job letter has a timeline of 2 years and 6 months with key performance targets which are agreed upon by the cabinet, focused on two things.
Good night, Senator. Senator Brown?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. Good. Welcome to the program, sir.
You catch me a little earlier than I expected. I expected 4 5 more minutes.
All right, no problem. I'll try to keep on moving.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll get back to Senator Brown in 5 more minutes for him to come on to speak to us. I need to get, from a political point of view, about the vote buying in Jamaica, and also, can the Jamaican people call for the election to do over? You know, we need to know, because it can't like that. It just can't go like this. And this is our final program for the night with Senator Lambert Brown, former Senator Lambert Brown, trade unionist. He's gonna come on. We're just gonna stand by to join him. It is now 8:56, 7:56 in Jamaica. Wherever you're listening, watching from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean, this is Make We Talk. I wanted to make something clear to some people, some transport people who is watching this program. This program, you know what? Let me not answer anybody, because if I answer, they're not going to answer. So I should just ignore these people, because the more you ignore them, the better off for you. Much better off for you. We're standing by now to join Senator Lambert Brown, who's going to speak to us some more about the whole vote, appetite vote buying in Jamaica. We don't know what's going on in this country. Jamaicans are selling the vote left, right, and center. And your vote is not for sale. But some will say you can stay there. You see, you drive a big SUV and live in a big mansion and you can eat steak and lobster. And we didn't taking it from. Will corruption ever stop in Jamaica? Will corruption ever stop in Jamaica, where people going around buying votes from all sorts? One moment for me, please.
Within our first 100 days of government, we will start the legislative process to fix the date for general elections in Jamaica. So no government will be able to come and make false promises and hide the truth and tell you half-truths and trick you into voting for them, and then when them win, them throw on poison for you.
100 days to fix election date, still I wait for the promise to fulfill. One broken promise after another. Laughable, as we say, none of your promise not fulfill yet, bossy. So there you wait.
Within the first 100 days of our government, we will start the legislative process to institute impeachment proceedings in Parliament. This will add another layer of protection of the Parliament to ensure that only members of unquestioned integrity sit in the Parliament. All ministers under the new Jamaica Labour Party government will be given a job letter. That job letter has a time.
Welcome back to the program. There's so many people calling about what is going on in Jamaica, and they don't want to come on air. So I have to take, because you have some diplomats who will call you and say to you, hey, put me on here, I just want to say something to you. Give us some correction and also their input on so many things. We're standing by now to join Senator Lambert Brown. Former Senator Lambert Brown going to come on and speak to us about vote buying, the selling votes in Jamaica. Our nation is in crisis because our votes are not for sale. Mr. Golden has to put it in court. The Jamaican people need to do it. The Jamaican people have the power to ask for the election to do over. Not Mark Golden. The Jamaican people have the power to do it. Same when they can stand up outside a prison gate calling to free people. Why they can't stand up outside the parliament and demand that the election do over? Huh? Why they can't do that? The people need to do it. The people have the power in their hand to go out there and demand the election is being done over. But are they going to do it? They're not going to do it. They're waiting on somebody else to do it for them. Waiting on somebody else to do it for them, and that cannot be. So that is what is going on in this country. The Jamaican people have the power. The Jamaican people have the power. You know, many of you come on this program and all you want to do is disrespect people. And I don't know why. What do you get out of it disrespecting other people? Nothing. If you listen to the Parliament of Jamaica, from over the inception of Parliament, when you hear the clerk of the court reading things, and you hear the Speaker of the House said, any petitions? You know what I mean? If the Jamaican public has sent in a petition to the Parliament of Jamaica, and the people have the power to petition the government or the Governor General, the petition have a lot of power. Just like how you have the Magnitsky Act that has the power, the ultimate power for the people to sign it. The petition of Jamaica in the Constitution it speaks about the petition too. So the people have the power to petition the Governor General or the Prime Minister, whosoever. The petition has power. But we don't want to see it that way. And sometimes I ask myself the question, does Jamaicans really want to stop corruption in this country? When a survey shows that Jamaicans think that corruption is okay? And when you try to educate them about the Constitution, Ms. Williams, they don't want to hear about the Constitution. When you try to tell them, say, look here, what is going on in the Parliament is wrong. And you tell them about the Constitution, for some unknown reason, they think that you're lying, that you are the one who is bringing down their party. And it's all about their party, it's not about the country. Or we can see the country in the next 5 years. Huh? I don't know. Why don't you tell us? Since we don't know, you tell us. You know about FinSec more than anybody else, so tell us. So why don't you ask the Prime Minister to release the FinSec report? What's the FinSec report? I sure don't have the FinSec report. The last time I checked, the FinSec report is in the hands of the Prime Minister. But of course, many of you don't know what FinSec means anyhow. Must just report. The numbers. Let me see if we can get a hold of the Lambert bro now if he's ready for us. Just give me a minute here. I get through to Senator Brown. Senator Brown, good evening, sir. Good night. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
We're speaking to former Senator Lambert Brown, who is also a trade unionist. Senator Brown, welcome to the program. We want to speak to you about the recent election in this country, sir. It is going around.
That's fine.
Give me a take on the whole election, sir.
Well, firstly, good night to your listeners and viewers. I want to say that I expected the PNP to have done much better than we did. But the fact that we got 28 seats was itself a moment to be proud of, a moment of joy that we're moving from 14 seats at 35 seats majority for the JLP down now to a 7-seat majority, much more manageable, and therefore the party can be proud, the PNP can be proud of its run. It was difficult to get 18, much less to get 20 at seats, as we anticipated. And what to learn is a democracy. The people decide, despite the underhand tactics. Where I am at now is let's strategize for the future. How are we going to conduct ourselves in opposition, and how we are going to prepare the party for the next election, whenever that is. And that to me is the key. Defeat is wasted if you don't learn lessons from it. And there are lessons to be learned from this loss, or the failure to succeed in winning the election. So you have to look at some issues, because people will go out and talk a lot of it out of emotion. But when you think of the election and you think that the JLP in 2020, when they got 49 seats, got something like 408,000 votes, 408,000 votes. But this election, they got only 3,000 more to put them at 411,000. Are there, but I'm using round numbers. So they really got only 3,000 more votes than 2020. The PNP, who was down at 300,000 votes, got about 98,000 more votes than 2020. And that accounts for the 15 seats. So the PNP got over 400,000 votes this time, which make us having gained back a lot of the votes we lost. When you look back at, say, 2011, when we won the 42 seats, we scored 463,000 votes. The JLP in 2011 scored 433,000 votes. So the JLP, like us, have underperformed 2011. And they were on par with 2020.
Mhm.
We surpassed 2020 significantly. Now the issue then becomes, how do we go forward? How do we make sure our organization is tight so things like voter suppression
Mhm.
and vote buying play less of a role in getting the opponent over the line? I don't think the party had suspected that one of the tactics was going to be to get people in the electoral system who could slow you down. I mean, one comrade told me
Mhm.
she went to vote with an expired ID and she was told she can't vote.
That should not be.
And she said to the person, to the presiding officer, go to the black book.
Mhm.
And the response of the presiding officer, oh, you know the system. Now, think if that person did not know the system, that could cause a delay in a PNP predominant polling division,
Mhm.
slow up the votes, and then you end up at 5 o'clock where 21% of the polling stations, people were in line and couldn't vote,
Mhm.
which is a breach of their constitutional rights. And if I was in line at 5 o'clock, I wasn't allowed to vote, I'd be taking out a suit in the courts against the electoral office.
All right, stick a pin there for me now, Senator Brown, because people have been asking this question. For those who just joined us, we're speaking to former People's National Party Senator Lambert Brown. He's also a trade unionist, first and foremost. Senator Brown, people have been asking the question, sir. What can they do if they were not allowed to vote? What can they do? Talk to us about that.
If they can prove that they were in line at 5 o'clock and deny the right to vote, then I believe their constitutional right to vote would have been violated. And there have been cases in the past where people have been denied the right to vote, have been able to take it to court and win damages. It will not change the election, but it will cause the taxpayers through the EOJ and through the government to pay that person for the loss of their right to vote.
Mm.
And this could be many, many people who was in line, who were in line, but not allowed to vote. The problem is you will need to prove that yes, at 5 o'clock I was standing at the line outside such and such primary school or wherever the polling station was. These are the people who could attest to the fact that I was there. So it's about, it boils down to the evidence that you can gather. And that would be a lesson to the EOJ to make sure that the presiding officers follow the law. And the law is clear. If you're in line at 5 o'clock, you are to be allowed to vote. And the polling must continue until then. But think about this, Jeffrey. We know polling divisions. We know which party likely to win a polling division. All you have to do is look back. Say I voted in polling division 41 in my constituency. There's a history. All the previous election, all the PD 41 go.
Yeah.
If that's a predominantly PNP PD, then you need to slow down the voting there, having less people vote there. And so some of the presiding officers seems to have played that role for the JLP.
Oh.
And if you have, say, I'm in PD 41, and you have a long line, and that's a predominantly PNP PD, for example.
Right.
You you close the polling and you leave all those potential PNP voters out, which is why some parties, and both parties in this case, were saying to people, go and vote early. But that didn't materialize because at 11 o'clock, we were only at 15% of the votes. So a lot of people probably went to work and decided, I'm going to come in the afternoon. And one reason or another, they got there late and the poll jam on them.
Let me say something here, Senator Brown.
Go ahead.
Ian, the People's National Party didn't fail the Jamaican people, you know. The Jamaican people failed themselves by selling their votes.
Well, some people apparently sold their votes. What they did was collect money not to vote. Because a vote, if a PNP person didn't vote for the PNP, that's a vote for the JLP.
Yes.
Because that means that the JLP does not have to find 2 votes to outdo that one PNP vote. So that's an advantage to the JLP.
Right.
So by not voting, in other words, let's take Central Kingston. If you could get some PNP people not to vote in Central Kingston, then it's easy to win by 79. But if 100 PNP people didn't vote, who would have voted PNP? That would have been a victory for the PNP.
Yes.
Similarly, with one Southeast Mayor with Christopher Brown, congratulations to Chris Brown. But some of the seats are very close. Central Manchester. If you could get enough PNP people not to come out to the polls, that would have helped the incumbents.
Yeah.
Similarly, in West Central St. James, 500 margin. I don't know how many PNP people didn't vote, but you heard that a lot of money was at play in some of these seats that were close. So the JLP has mastered the art. 10 votes in PD, in one PD, 10 in another, not voting, that can make a big difference.
How can we really stop vote buying in this country? And before we go to that, Senator Brown, I want to ask you this question here. I want to read something to you.
Yeah.
I want to read something to you. I'm going to find it here and read it to you. That was sent to me by a friend of ours. You know the person too, but I won't call the person name on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Voter turnout island-wide was 39%. Voter turnout in the Prime Minister's constituency was 93%. I don't know if this is true. If this is true,
I don't think so.
And then spoiled ballot nationwide was 5%. Spoiled ballot in the PM constituency was 60%.
We have to be careful, Jeffrey, that what happened in West Central St. Andrew,
Yes, sir.
I believe the narrative in the street does not match the reality of what happened there. And by this I mean there were not 17,000 spoiled votes. That's not true. I believe at one time the local government election, and there's a local government election, by-election in that constituency. At one point the voter turnout was the voter turnout of electoral workers and security force was about 50%.
Okay.
So I don't think the numbers about 90 is true. There's no truth about 17,000 spoiled ballot. And it is possible what happened there. I am waiting for the PNP candidate, Paul Buchanan, to complete his investigation and tell the nation what happened there. There are some things like the closing of polling station in a PNP stronghold, that would suppress the PNP vote. But it's quite possible that the Prime Minister won by the margin that they said he won by.
You believe he won by the margin, Senator Brown?
It's quite possible.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you have to understand, and I'm being frank, I wish Paul Buchanan had once, right? But I remember, I'm going to say this because I remember one election many years ago, little different circumstances.
Yes.
The JLP candidate on election night had 13,000 votes to 0 for the PNP. And the people were saying, oh, you could declare that seat for the JLP. Well, the PNP won that seat. 14,000 to 0. 14,000 plus to 0 came in. So it depends on which area the votes came from. Power Hill, Olympic Garden, with a strong JLP garrison.
Right, yes.
So it's possible PNP got 0 votes in some of those boxes, but I await the investigation by candidate Paul Buchanan.
Yes.
I'm not concluding. I await the outcome of his investigation. But it is possible. If you are voting, if there are 18 boxes left from Holness Garden or Tivoli Garden,
yes,
then you'd expect the JLP in Tivoli would be sweeping it, and the PNP in Holness Garden would be sweeping it. There's some areas in the country where the voting is one-sided. Just like in the United States. Some areas the Democrats are not going to get any votes. Some areas the Republicans are not going to get any votes.
But a lot of people was waiting, Senator Brown, to hear a press conference from the leader of the opposition. Well, the party itself, because the parliament has dissolved. The party itself. And the Jamaican people, both in Jamaica and the diaspora, hears nothing from them.
Well, let's put it this way. Mark Golden.
Apart from election night when you concede. Apart from election night when
you but I needed the proper thing and conceded.
Right.
But equally, the party issued a statement over the weekend saying we're concerned about voter buying, we're concerned about voter suppression.
Yes.
But remember, up to yesterday, there was still final count taking place. Now the final count concluded yesterday. I would expect the party to be calling in our candidates, being debriefed, and therefore when we speak with the authority of investigations done, and not just emotions and how I feel, because how we feel is not going to cut it. We have to have the evidence. Otherwise, the party will look stupid by just running its mouth in the absence of evidence.
True. So in other words, Senator Brown, what you're saying to the Jamaican people, both in Jamaica and the diaspora, is to hold on. The PNP will come.
Yeah, in other words, this week, I'm sure the party this week is going to come out and say, this is what we found. This is the situation. These are our demands, and this is where we're going. For example, I've heard people saying, oh, the party should be going for magisterial recount. That's nice. But a magisterial recount, the judge look only to see, was the X in the line, did the voter intent for candidate A or B? But if there's no problem with the ballot itself, a magisterial recount doesn't help you. It just costs you more money to pay your lawyer and to pay the other side lawyer. Even though your lawyer is maybe for free, you have to pay the other side lawyer. And do not change anything. So a good lawyer who looks at the ballot will say, I do not recommend a magisterial recount in this constituency because it doesn't make sense. I hear people even asking us to have a magisterial recount where we win. Why would we want to?
Why would you want to go down that road?
That's the point I'm making. But people have heard magisterial recounts. Magisterial recounts have caused changes. And so they say, oh, everything, let's have a magisterial recount. And I'm showing you, I'm showing those people that the reason for a magisterial recount has to do with the nature of the ballots and the markings on the ballots. So if the ballot is clear, there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll say one other thing. Because at this moment, we have to calm the nerves. Every candidate has an indoor agent and an outdoor agent. When the ballot is finished, let's say my PD 41, those ballots are counted in the presence of both party agents. And each party agent gets a slip. It's called a pink slip with a number of votes for both candidates. So what a well-organized party does, it's called a statement of poll. You call your indoor agent and say, how did PD 41 vote? And they say 60 for one candidate, my candidate, 20 for the other candidate. And you add up 108 boxes, you add up the result from the 108. So you should know very early with cell phone what is the outcome. If you want, you know. I mean, I could see, for example, election night. Report, Peter Bunting win, Azan win, Wavel Hines win, Perkins in East Hanover win. Because clearly they had a system where they knew the result early. Right? So that's the type of machinery that we need to make sure is in place in every constituency.
And
So
I'm glad to touch on that point, Senator Brown, because I'm trying to figure out, was that
you're going to get me in trouble, you know. Jeffrey, you're going to get me in trouble. The Senate appointment ended on the 15th of August.
All right.
Unless Mark
Mr. Brown.
Boley reappoint me, I am no longer a senator, yeah.
All right, Mr. Brown. I'm so used to the senator.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
Just call me Lammy. Just call me Lammy.
Lammy, what I want to say though, if it was such a machinery in the constituency of Gabriella and Denishka Williams, because those
I
two
would
young
suspect
ladies,
so, yes.
those two young ladies fought a good fight, you know, man.
Excellent fight. But the JLP also brought out their votes. And they might have bought some too.
Yes.
Brought and bought. Right?
Yeah.
So it's work to be done. And I will say to those candidates, some of whom went in relatively late. You're up against an incumbent who have been there for 5 years. But we went in, 1 year? A little more than 1 year?
Yeah, more than 1 year.
We now need to stick with the people. Stick with the people. Be with them. Help them solve their problems. And the next time we'll be rewarding.
Yes, because I said it on my program here. I said it to both Gabriella and Danishka Williams. Danishka, yes, Williams. Gabriel, when you watch how the people they hug up this young lady, it's genuine love. Genuine love from them to her and from her to them. And I would encourage her, do not leave that constituency. Don't leave it.
Exactly.
Same goes to Danishka.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Just stick with the people.
Yes.
Stick with the people. You'll be rewarded. Look at Richard Assam. A 3-time MP now, but never winning consecutively. I don't think Richard has won consecutively. In a strong JLP seat, I mean, that's a seat where Tita Allen, and most people wouldn't know of Edwin Allen, former Minister of Education,
Yes.
dominated that Frankfield belt.
For many years.
As an upset them, yeah. As an upset the JLP card there, then they won. But it's interesting, as I see, no JLP candidate has stood around for 2 terms.
Mm.
They come and
And,
as I beat them,
yes.
they bring a new man might win, as I beat them back.
Yeah.
So nobody stays there for the JLP anymore.
It's just like Western Westmoreland.
Oh, yes, that is true.
Yes.
They didn't expect to win Western Westmoreland in 2020.
There you go.
But the key to the victory is sticking with the people, doing the work, knowing your voters, knowing who you need to win over to expand your support. And that is old-time politics, using the new tools of social media and support. Right? And in this respect, I really want to commend Isaac Buchanan.
Yes, I was just going to go there.
Who overturned a 3,000 majority.
Yes.
A 3,000 majority. So these people who are winning this year with 79 votes and 500 and 400 and 300. If the PNP could overturn 3,000, if Miranda Wellington in Southwest Census could reduce flight green number this time,
yes,
it is possible in the next round, sticking with the people for the PNP candidate to prevail. So I'm optimistic. I'm happy. Unlike the JLP, as your previous caller was saying, they're not happy. They're not happy. The PNP and Mark Golden and Dayton Campbell can take pride from coming back from 14 to 28, almost 29.
Yes.
And let me tell you this, Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
When you sit in the parliament now, and you, before the election, and the opposition is on one side, small side, and the government has 35 more votes than you, it look rough. But now the small side is doubled.
Yes.
Still not the majority, but a peak. So the government now have to be on the P's and Q's even more.
Indeed.
Just, last year when Mark Golden made a budget speech, and Andrew Holness walk out of the parliament,
I remember, yes.
and the parliament had to be shut down.
Yes.
Well, tell him walk out again with 28 PNP members there. The PNP will just take all the parliament and pass all type of laws.
Yes. Yes.
So they can't just walk out of the parliament, and those who never used to come parliament have to start come parliament regular. It's a different ball game. And Mark Golden has created, along with his team, a new platform from which to assault the corruption, assault the incompetence, assault the uncaring government.
Indeed, indeed.
And to hold them to their promises.
Yes, like fixed election date and so on and so forth.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you frankly, it's a government of broken promises. But no, we have 28 there.
Yes.
28. We have one member for each bank account.
Indeed. There's a rumor.
One member for each bank account.
Yes. There's a rumor circulating on social media, Salami, that is a possibility that they're going to be a little bit challenged inside the PNP. You think that will ever happen? And I don't want to ask that question because My take on it, that's nonsense because Mark Jefferson Golding, along with Dayton Campbell, has led a fine campaign. A fine campaign. Yes, there are some corners that they should have jumped up the thing more, like any other thing. But I think they have led a good campaign, and I don't think there should be any leadership challenges right now within the party. Senator Brown, Lambert, Lammy.
Well, let me put this here. Madness is a real thing,
Indeed.
but I don't believe the PNP is that mad to know at this moment entertain another leadership challenge. It will be divisive,
Yes.
and the so-called winner of such a challenge would have a pyrrhic victory because you'd have a divided party. The PNP is best when it's united.
True.
And Mark Gold has done well, accredited himself well, the team has accredited themselves well. Yes, there are room for improvement everywhere. In candidates, in message, everything, there's always room for improvement. But what a past song. We had energy, we had enthusiasm. We were out there with the people, everybody was happy. And now it will be sadness if we divide. So my plea to the noble movement of the PNP is don't self-destruct. Let's remain united. Let's go forward. Let's put this party above self and selfishness because the Jamaican people need a strong opposition so that soon that opposition may form government again.
Indeed. I want to say thanks to former Senator Lambert Brown, trade unionist, for coming on the program, sir. I know when I call on you, sometimes I say to myself, I have to give Senator Lammy some more time. But I call on you, you never tell me no, sir. If you can't come on, you come on.
Come on, anytime, man. I'm here. And I want to today, many persons call and ask me, how am I doing? I want to borrow a phrase from Bazio Pandey.
Yes.
If I'm in a fight with the lion, ask the lion, how is he doing? I'm well. My mind is active. My body is not as strong as it was 10 years ago. But my mind is here. I'm ready for a fight. I'm ready to continue the struggle in whatever form or ways I may be required.
Yes, sir.
Right now, today, I spend a lot of the day working with the doctors on their case at the tribunal against the government. So I'm well. I've lost 2 friends in recent days. 2 friends going back from the 70s. May their soul rest in peace.
My condolences to you.
But yeah. So but I'm well. So I want to assure people, Lammy is fit, Lammy is well, and the battle continues. Luther continue.
Yes, sir.
The struggle continues.
As what somebody always said, that when it comes on to Lambert Brown standing tall for the people of this country, he'll go to the extra mile to make sure that the Jamaican people get what they deserve. Former Senator Lambert Brown, Jamaicans, both home and abroad, sir. We look forward to you, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, and thank you all, your listeners. Anytime you want, call on me.
All right, sir.
Bless you. Bless you.
Have a good night. That's former People's National Party Senator Lambert Brown, trade unionist by profession, and also a man who will stand tall for the people of this country. It's been a long 24 hours for me. I have not slept in 24 hours because I've been up and down trying to get some stuff done in my personal life and so forth. I want to say thank you all for coming on. Thank you all very much. If you want to call in, anybody else want to call in, you can call in. We can accommodate 2 more calls and we're going to go off. It's now 9:39 in South Florida. 8:39 in the land of wood and water. I wouldn't say the People's National Party let anybody down, you know. The Jamaican people let themselves down. Because some of them, they were paid to stay home. Some of them, they sold their vote and they go to the JLP and vote for the JLP. So I wouldn't say that, you know, the PNP let down Jamaica. No. The people let down themselves. They let down themselves. And it's full time we must come to realization that our votes are not for sale. We have, listen to me. We have 5 years of this administration, you know. 5 years of this administration. 5 years of the Holness administration. 5 years of the Holness administration. That's what we have. And we must realize that whatever decision we make will affect us and our children to come. I want to say thank you all very much for coming on. Thank you all for being a part of this program. May God bless you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk YouTube channel. And go over to the Magnitsky Act and sign it. Sign it. I think it's on the One Legal Jamaica Defense Foundation website. Go over there and sign the Magnitsky Act. Sign it as much as you can. Until you hear my voice again, I'm Jeffrey Tavares saying so long. Good night, Make We Talk your life.
Yes, Mr. Tavares, I appreciate your platform.
Thank you.
And it was so refreshing listening to Mr. Lambert.
Yes.
You know what happened, bro? It is the younger generation causing all these problems, you know.
True.
Because they are not informed, and some of them, their older family members are so diarted, and I know it is on both sides, and they are so diarted that even when the member of parliament is not working, they're still gonna go out and vote for them. I like what happened in Portland. And it is a wake-up call to show a lot of them, don't get complacent. Don't come with the bare minimum and think that the Jamaican people are always going to accept it. No member of parliament don't own the people in their constituency, like I hear the man in Old Harbour, the Otadamount man in the local government election saying that somebody not gonna get him money and all of that.
You mean Mrs. Warmington?
Yes, that man. And, you know, it is very concerning. But Andrew Holness don't surprise me. Because I was telling my dad, you know, from the day I saw Andrew and his body language and his tone, he's groomed by Mr. Edward Siaga, the one done. Anything I say is law. And you know, Mr. Tavares, I know Mr. Golden is a man of integrity. And I like how this man carry himself and the way he goes about things. If Mr. Golden try to fight and cause some big uproar in this country, the jail people would be ready to bring it back to 1980 election.
You know, you said something a while ago that is so true, you know, because I believe that if the People's National Party had won this election, you know,
Yes.
people must remember what Marlon Morgan said in a voice note and what Desmond Mackenzie said
on that platform
that they will never surrender Jamaica.
My God, that you know that is a troubling statement. When I heard that man utter it, I was like, what could this man mean by it? It is a troubling statement, Mr. Tavares.
It is. It is.
He will not stand and allow the Jamaican people into the hands of the PNP. No.
Well,
Let me tell you.
well, the Jamaican people proved to us that
Yes,
Jamaica
they don't
will
want
be
anything
right.
good. They don't want anything good. But I am telling you, I know about the buying votes and all of that. But my concern is it is a younger generation who are misinformed. And I know that the PNP will say it and the JLP will say it. And all of us have our stories because I'm coming from the 80s. I know about all of them, Warren, Mr. Siaga, the whole fight and power.
Yes,
It's
yes.
all about power. I can say one thing.
Mm.
I have hope for Jamaica,
Yes,
but
we
after
still do.
this election, it's like I feel so hopeless.
I tell you something, we still have to have hope for our country, I think all of us had the hope that we would see a Mark Jefferson Golden
Yes,
in Parliament with his friends.
I
But,
understand, Mr. Tavares, but let me tell you why I say it. As somebody from Southeast St. Elizabeth,
yes.
and let me tell you, I grew up in a labor right yard. Okay? But my views are so different. If you're not working, you're not supposed to get no support.
True.
Now, a man in Southeast St. Elizabeth is voted in for the 3rd term. And there is nothing to show for it. I won't even go back into the other day and this whole statement and everything, but I will say to you, they are so blinded that even when reality is staring them in the face, they will never change. And the thing that hurt me most, why I say I have no hope, I was really hoping Mr. Golden would have won this election. But why I said I have no hope, just 2 things before I go, is when they are suffering, you have to suffer with them. Because when no road, no water, and then you try to vote that you can get the basic things, and that member of parliament don't see the basic things as I did this for you and I did that for you, like Anne-Marie is doing in Portland.
As if the people didn't pay them to do it.
You owe me because I did this for you. And when they must suffer, Mr. Tavares, you are going to suffer with them, and this is the hurtful part of it.
Who knows suffer with them? Me?
Well, I'm saying me. Because when you don't have road and you don't have proper water.
I am begging the good God above, you see?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let me suffer with them. Because God has opened up our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The Jamaican people don't realize that they have some heroes and heroines, Vanessa Belrose of ABR TV. She's one of them who's out there on the limb, fighting on the behalf of the people. You have Wilfred Rattigan. You have Andre Stevenson.
Yeah.
Hot Topic and all of them.
Yes. Wayne Lonesome.
Wayne Lonesome, every one of them. Who fight for a better Jamaica. But majority of these people don't see it.
They don't see it and they will never see it.
They have made a decision and the decision is final.
But the last thing I will say to you,
go ahead, Famika,
and I will say it in your yes, and I will say it publicly in your comment section. Don't worry about them. And comrades, be strong, be firm. We have won this race because anybody lose the election, a JLP lose the election. PNP won. Comrades, you did well, and I commend you all. So forget about this, the labor rats in the comment section and the disrespect and the insults they're hurling at you. or hurling into the comments, don't worry about it. Comrades won. But we are waiting on time, God on time. And we will see the end result of this.
I think God above is trying to tell the Jamaican people.
Blinded.
Full time.
Blinded.
That the Jamaican people put God first and country first.
But just like when he did with the children of Israel, and he sent help for them, they were questioning the help. Yeah. Blinded. Very blinded. God bless you, mister, and have a good night.
Same to you too.
Thanks.
I gotta run, everybody. I have been up on my feet from yesterday at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I took a 6-hour flight to get home. I am tired, and I decided to come on to speak to my people because I love what I do. Sometimes I feel like giving up and don't come on, but when I have calls coming in and and you have mentor like Mrs. Williams in the chat room and Gigi and others and Ian and Wayne and will call and say, hey Jeffrey, you're coming on or not, I do that because sometimes you realize that God sent you for a time like this. And although our people have heard the warning, they didn't heed to the warning. They did what they have to do. They did what they have to do, or what they want to do. I want to say to you all tonight, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a part of the program. You've always come on this program. You could have gone elsewhere. Many of you stick with me through thick and thin, and I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. And I appreciate when you send the channel around to others for them to watch. For those beyond the shores of Jamaica, we salute you. For the Jamaicans and other nationalities around the world, thank you all for coming on. For those who live in the Cayman Islands, I must big up my Cayman Islands family. Big up the Mall Road TV fans and owners and operators of Mall Road. Thank you all. Big you up. I want to say thanks to everyone who made this possible. I haven't seen Walking in Divine Purpose for a while. I don't know what's going on. But I hope and pray she's okay. I may give her a call. I hope and pray that she's okay. I just want to say thank you all very much for coming on. May God bless you. May God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. Have a great night, everybody. And remember, do good to someone, and good will follow you. Good night.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.